Good morning, guys. It's Perry Hensley of Slab Happy Lures. I wanted to come and show you guys what we use during tournaments. Just fishing for fun, you know. I don't usually deviate from anything that I'm fixing to show you here. What I'll show you first is one of my rods and reels. That's the Sienna by Shimano. I just like the spool on the Sienna. You know, when I'm shooting docks, this is my dock shooter that I use, and it's also my jigging rod. You know, from when I'm just vertical jigging straight down there and shooting docks. It's the ACC Crappie Stick 6 foot. I did get it in a 2-piece. Everybody's like, you know, 1-piece, you know, you can feel the sensitivity better, but I have no problem with this rod feeling, you know, the slightest of bites, you know, it being 2-piece. On the end of it here, you'll see one of our Happy Shad. That is actually the Black Widow. I'll show you another one here in a minute, but that's one of our favorite colors when we're fishing, especially early morning. I think, you know, when it's still kind of dark, we like to use, excuse me, a dark colored bait. But that's more or less my 6-foot ACC Crappie Stick, good for vertical jigging, shooting docks. You can use it for casting if you want to. One thing about it, you know, people, I've heard some complain about breaking a rod, flipping a fish in. You gotta know what your rod can handle, you know, before you do that. I mean, yeah, they're good rods, but you don't want to go flipping in a 2.5 pound crappie, you know, with the 6-foot rod there. Are just not, you know, made for that. That's when you need to get your net out. But I have the 11-foot rod, which has got a bigger reel on it, and it has braided line. It has 12-pound gliss, I think, on it. And the 11-footer I like to use to not just cast, but to pitch hair jigs, and to also with that 11-footer, you're able to control the fall of your bait and keep it in front of the fish's face a little bit longer while staying away from the fish, you know, a little bit, and it helps out when the fish are spooky. The other rod I use is a ACC Crappie Stick 8-foot, 2-piece. I use it for casting. I use it also for, you know, jig, or if I want to troll a little bit. I don't troll a whole lot, but if I do, I'll use the 8-footer. And usually when I'm using it, I'm either using it for a slip float setup, or you know, casting my swim baits, which I have right here. This is a Slab Tech swim bait. It's 2.8, roughly 3 inches long. Right there, you can see it. This is the Polywog color. I have a couple more here, the Monkey Milk color, and the Black Lightning color. All of our baits are scented, using a ProCure scent. I won't tell you which scent it is, but I will tell you that I found that it helps out quite a bit when you get finicky crappie. You know, there needs to be some kind of scent there. You know, if you choose to use the crappie nibbles, that's fine too. They work. Like I say, most everything out there works. You know, if it didn't, it wouldn't be out there. So anyway, I showed you the Happy Shad a minute ago. I got some more. Maybe you can see the color in this one. That other one's about faded out where I used it so much. But here's the Black Widow and the 2-inch Happy Shad. You can see why we call it Black Widow. Just a great bait, great color scheme. And then we have, this is actually, you know, the hologram shad, also known as Mr. Disco. It's a great bait, you know, clear water. It really shines in clear water. I like that color. Okay, and then like I said, when I'm pitching jigs, hair jigs with my 11-foot rod, this is what I'm using. Not necessarily this color all the time, but that was a good bright color that, you know, I thought you guys could see well. This is a 16th ounce. Sometimes I'll throw a 32nd ounce, you know, if I need a lot of weight, or if I'm in shallow brush, I'll drop a 32nd down in the shallow brush, and I always fish it like that. You know, you don't always have to tip a hair jig with minnows. Some do. I don't usually. You know, I'm not a fan of minnows. You can ask anybody that has fished with me; they'll let you know that you know, I'm not a big minnow fan, but sometimes you have to have them. But anyway, we'll go to the slab magnums, which I showed the other day on the video. That is a 2-inch bait. It's got a, you know, a pretty bulky frame to it, bulky profile, and it is segmented, so you can cut it down to the size you actually want to use. You know, if you get those fish that just don't want to bite a big bait, you know, sometimes they don't want that. If you're fishing for white crappie, they like smaller baits anyway. So, but like I said, it's segmented there. You know, head or tail, you can, you know, pinch off, cut off, bite off, whatever you want to on it, and make it as short as you want to. But those are baits that 95% of the time, that's what we're throwing. JD's a little hard-headed sometimes about slab happy stuff, but you know, that's okay. Whatever you have confidence in, that's what you need to be throwing. I have all the confidence in the world on these baits because I use them all the time, and I hope you can tell by the pictures and the results of those that fish for us that they do work. And again, I'll go over the reel, the Sienna reels. You know, they're not that expensive, 30 bucks. I think your rod is more important than your reel in most cases, just because, you know, you can hoist any fish in with the rod, but I mean, with a reel, and most of the time we're not fishing too far from the boat, so you know, my casting rod is a little different. I kind of upgraded on my casting rod, but my reel. But then again, you know, you're repetitive, you know, casting, flipping, you know, flipping your bail over and everything. So, but you want a smooth, medium, I'm gonna say medium speed reel, because you don't want to retrieve it too fast. You know, with each turn of your handle here, you're pulling in, you know, your bait pretty quick with some reels. You know, the bigger the spool, the faster you know how that works. But anyway, Sienna reels are cheaper reels from Shimano, but they get the job done, and I like them. But anyway, this is Perry Hensley Slab Happy Lures, and until next time, get out on the water and get out and get slab happy. See ya.